Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 6 math. So we're going to start with the chapter division. Hold on. I am actually unable to find the lesson, the live session on the app. Because I think the app is just updated. Okay, so let's just start with the we're going to start with the chapter division. Let's just start with the lesson. So first we are going to learn the divisibility rules. So what do you know about the divisibility rule? So let's just start with the divisibility rule. So what do you know about the divisibility rules? Okay. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. I'm going to write the definitions of the divisibility rules so you can note down the definition, right? So what are the divisibility rules? Basically, you don't, for example, you have to check. You have a number 240, 2488. You just have to check if this number is divisible by 2 or not, right? You have to check without dividing. You don't have to divide them really. You just have to apply some rules and you have to check, right? So you can note down the definition of the divisibility rule. That is our test, right? You have to apply. You can note down the definition. I'm going to write it on board. Okay. These rules let you test. These rules let you test if one number is divisible by another one, if one number is divisible by another without having without having to do too much calculation, right? You don't have to actually divide them. You just have to apply some rules and you can see if they are divisible by a specific number, yes or no, right? So I'm just going go through. I will just go through all the divisibility rules from 1 to 10. You can note them down. We'll do examples side by side, right? You can note down the divisibility rules, right? So the divisibility rule for 2 is the very basic number. The divisibility 1 is any integer is divisible by 1, right? So the divisibility rule for 2 is the last digit is even. If the last digit is even, that means the number is divisible by 2. For example, you have 128. Here you have 8. 8 is an even number? Yes or no? Yes, 8 is an even number. So 128 is divisible by 2, right? 329. 9 is an even number? No, 9 is an odd number. So 329 is not divisible by 2, right? Okay, let's just see the divisibility rule for 3. You can note down these divisibility rules. Okay, the divisibility rule for 3 is the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. Here you have the rule for 3. The sum of digits is divisible by 3. Okay, for example, you have to check if 318 is divisible by 3, right? What you have to do? 381. Just add the digits, right? The digits are 3 plus 8 plus 1, that is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is divisible by 3? Yes, 3 times 4 is 12. That means yes, 381 is divisible by 3. Got it? If you have any question, you can ask questions in the chat box. Everyone, can you hear me? The other example is 217, right? Just add the digits 2 plus 1 plus 7. They are 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 10 is divisible by 3? No. That means 217 is not divisible by 3, right? Everyone, can you hear me? Just write a yes if you can hear me. So these are the examples for the divisibility rules for 3, right? Let's just start with the divisibility rule for 4. No one is here to hear me, isn't it? The last two digits, the divisibility rule for 4 is the last two digits are divisible by 4, right? Okay, for example, you have 1, 3, 1, 2. Just look at the last two digits. The last two digits are 12. 12 is divisible by 4? Yes, 4 times 3 is 12. That means yes, 1312 is divisible by 4, right? The other example is, for example, you have to do 7119, right? You have 19 and 19 is not divisible by 4. That means no, 719 is not divisible by 4. Got it? Okay, let's just do the divisibility test for 5. I think we are for it until 8 it is enough. Okay, let's just see the divisibility rule for 5, right? The divisibility rule for 5 is the last digit is 0 or 5, right? If the last digit is 0 or 5, that means the number is divisible by 5, right? For example, you have 175. Here you have 5. So, yes, it is divisible by 5, right? 128. Here you have 8, neither 0 nor 5. So, no, it is not divisible by 5, right? Okay, the divisibility rule for 6. If the number is even and divisible by 3, 6. Number is even and divisible by 3. That means you have to apply the divisibility rule for 3 and the number is even. 114. You have 4 here, right? 4 is an even number. So 114 is an even number, right? Just check for 3. 1 plus 1 plus 4. They are 4, 5, 6. 6 is divisible by 3. Yes, it is. So 114 is an even number and it is divisible by 3. That means the number is divisible by 6 also, right? The divisibility rule for, I think, enough for divisibility rule until 6, right? We will learn if we have some examples for the other one, right? So these are the divisibility rules. What are the divisibility rules? Divisibility rules is an easier way to check if a number is divisible by another number. You do not have to do much calculations, you just have to apply some rules, right? Okay, the next lesson in the chapter division is divisible division patterns with zero, right? How do we divide numbers when you have to divide them by zero, right? So let's just start with the some of the examples. Let me just write down the division patterns with zero. Division patterns with zero, right? So how do we divide the numbers with zeros, right? So for example, you have a pattern like this. 4 divided by what number equals 1? 40 divided by what number equals 10? 400 divided by what number equals 100? And these are the patterns actually, right? 4000 divided by what number equals 1000, right? So what is the number that can you 4 divided by what number is 1? 4 divided by 4 is 1, right? 40 divided by what number equals 10? That means 40 divided by 4 is 10, because here you have 1 0 and here you have 1 0. That means you have to just divide them by 4, right? Then you have 400 and here you have 100, right? That means you have to divide again by 4. Here you have 4000 and here you have 1000. That means you have to divide it by the 4, right? You just have to complete the patterns. You just have to see which number is missing. That's how you divide. You can complete division patterns with zeros, right? Let's just look at the other pattern. The other pattern is, let me write down the pattern on the board. Okay, the other pattern is, which is the number that is divided by 9? The answer is 1. Which is the number that is divided by 9? The answer is 10. The missing number divided by 9, the answer is 100. The missing number divided by 9, the answer is 1000. So which number is missing? What do you know? How do you know the answer? What number divided by 9 equals 1? 9 divided by 9 equals 1, right? The number, when you divide a number by itself, the answer is 1. That's the only situation, right? Okay, then here you have 9, here you have 10, right? 9, you can do the opposite way also. 10 times 9 is 90, because division and multiplication division and multiplication are opposite to each other, right? Here you have 109, so 100 times 9 is 900. Here you have 1009 times 900, because why I'm multiplying? Because multiplication and division are opposite to each other, right? So we'll do the practice questions later, right? Okay, let's just see. The next lesson is divide numbers ending in zeros, word problems. You can do word problems on your own, right? You have to do exactly the same things, but they are just the word problems. The next one is estimate quotients. Let's see, how do we estimate the quotients. Let's just start with the examples. Estimate quotient means that is not the exact values, right? Estimated values. For example, you have to estimate 5451 divided by 778, and then you have to compare it to 3. So you just have to estimate the answer. For So you have to estimate the numbers then. You have 5,451, and here you have 7788. 778 is, you just have to write the compatible numbers, right? 778 is, this is 5451, and this is 778. That means it would be, you can write 778 equal to 800, and you have to find a compatible number that is divisible by 8 and is near to 5400 something. So 8 times 7 is 56, 5600, right? That is just the compatible number. So when you divide 800 by 5600, that would be just 7. You have to compare 7 and 3. So how do you compare 7 is greater than 3? That is the estimated answer, not the exact answer, because when you divide 5451 by 778, that would be some decimal answer. You don't have to write the decimal answers, you can find the estimated answers. This is just the estimated answer, right? If you divide 5451 by 778, that would be some answer near, equal, around 7 or greater or less 7, right? So let's just do another example. The other example is, you have to divide 8. Okay, here is the question. You have to divide 837,124 by 837,124 divided by 5, and you have to compare it to 203,570, right? So you can just find the estimated answer. You cannot divide this number by exactly 5, right? Just write the estimated answer. It would be, because that is the estimated number, right? So when you divide the estimated number by 5, that would be 5 times 17 is 85, 17000. Now you can compare these two numbers, right? So one, that this number is less than this, so that would be the less number. So basic thing is, you don't have to actually divide them. You can write the estimated answers and you can use the estimated answers, right? We'll do the examples of these lessons in a while, right? Okay, the next lesson is divide whole numbers, two-digit divisors, right? Let's see how do we divide the whole numbers. Okay, so let's just see how do we divide the whole numbers. So let's just start with an example. 598 divided by 23, right? Let's just see how do we divide them. We have to divide using long division method, right? Let's just divide 598 divided by 23. Here you have 59, right? Here you have 23. 23 times 1 is 23. 23 times 2 is 46. And 23 times 3 is 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2 is 69. 69 is greater than 59. We can go for 23 times 2. 23 times 2 is 46. 9 take away 6 is 3. 5 take away 4 is 1. Here you have 23, here you have 13. You cannot divide a smaller number by the greater one, right? 23 is greater than 13. You have to make the number greater than 23. So just bring the next digit down. Now you have to count 23 until 138, right? Okay, 23 times 4 is 4 times 3 is 12, 92. 23 times 5 is 5 times 3 is 15, 115. 23 times 6 is 6 times 3 is 18, and that is 123 times 6 is 138. So you can go for 23 times 6, that would be 138. So whenever, if you are working with multiplication, you have to be perfect with division, right? Because multiplication and division are interrelated. They are opposite to each other and they are interrelated, right? You can see I am doing multiplications also. So that means when you divide 598 by 23, the answer is 26, right? Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, let's start with divisibility rules, right? We're going to just do practice questions. Okay, is 94356 divisible by 10? We haven't did the divisibility rule for 10, right? The divisibility rule for 10 is the last digit must be 0. If the last digit is 0, the number is divisible by 10. So what do you know about this number? Is it divisible by 10? No, right? Because the last digit is 6. If the last digit is 0, the number is divisible by 8. The answer is no. Is 7663965 divisible by 5? Yes or no? We have done with the divisibility rule for 5. Is it divisible by 5? The divisibility rule for 5 is the last digit must be 0 or 5. So here the last digit is 5. So it is divisible 5. The correct option is yes, right? Is 7530442 divisible by 3? Which is the correct option? You have to apply the divisibility rule for 3. What is the divisibility rule for 3? The divisibility rule for 3 is you have to add up all the digits and you have to see if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, right? Let's just add them. 7 plus 5 plus 3 plus 0 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2, right? Let's just add them. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 is divisible by 3? No. 3 times 8 is 24. That means no, the number is not divisible by 3. The correct option is no, right? The next one is select all the digits that makes the statement true. 1265080 is divisible by 10. Which is the last digit then? You are given the number is divisible by 10. So the last digit would be the last digit must be 0 in the case. Because we have done with the divisibility rule for 10, the divisibility rule for 10 is the last digit must be 0, right? So you are given here the number is divisible by 10. That means if it is divisible by 10, the last digit must be 0. Very good. Okay, select type a digit that makes the statement true. Okay, the number is divisible by 3. Yeah, right? You're already given it is divisible by 3. That means the sum of the numbers is the multiple of 3. Let's just add the numbers that are 1 plus the numbers given 1 plus 9 plus 0 plus 5 plus 3 plus 2. 3, 5, 10, 19, and 1. 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 9, 10, 20 it is, right? That means then it must be 1, 4 or 7, because 21, 24, and 27, they all are the multiples of 3, isn't it? So the correct option is 21, 24, and 27. So 1, 4 or 7 is the correct option, right? Okay, is 2615172 divisible by 2? Yes or no? Which is the correct option? The divisibility rule for 2 is the last digit must be very good. The last digit must be even. So 2 is an even number. So yes, the number is divisible by 2. You can see that is 7-digit number. If you are going to divide, it will, if you are so good with multiplication, still it takes 2 to 3 minutes, right? So the correct option is, but we know the divisibility rule, we know that is yes. Got it? Okay. 47189935 divisible by 10, yes or no? Which is the correct option? The correct option is no, the number is not divisible by 10, right? Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. So if you need more help with the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. Let's just start with the next lesson, that is division patterns with zeros. So they are very easy. Okay, complete the pattern. So which is the correct option? Which number, missing number divided by 9 is 1, missing number divided by 9 is 10, missing number divided by 9 is 100, and missing number divided by 9 is 1000. So which number is missing? Which number divided by 9 equals 1? That would be option number 1, right? Because the own a number divided by itself is always 1. So 9 divided by 9 is 1. Then 90 divided by 9 is 10. Then 900 divided by 9 is 100. And 9000 divided by 9 is 1000. So the correct option is option number 1, right? Complete the pattern. So which is the correct option? Which number divided by 2 equals 2? Which is the correct option? Oh, you have written 1. I thought that is the option number. Which option is the correct one for this question? The correct option is option number 2. 2, 2, 2. Because 4 divided by 2 is 2. So that would be the second one, not the first one. You have to find a number that when divided by 2, the answer is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. The correct option is the second one, right? Complete the pattern. So which number is missing? Which is the correct option? The correct option is, it's okay, you don't need to be sorry, you just have to understand, take your time. No worries. I'm here to explain. I'm here for you. So which is the correct option? Which number divided by 6 equals 1? That is 6 divided by 6 equals 1. Very good. That would be option number 3. Very good. Okay, complete the pattern. What 8 divided by what number equals 4? So which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? That would be the second one. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Very good. Complete the pattern. Which is the correct option? Yes, that would be option number 1. Very good. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so that would be option number 1. Okay, 4 divided by what number equals 1? Which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Yes, very good. That would be the second option. 4 divided by 4 equals 1. That would be the second option. Okay, complete the pattern. So, which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? That would be the second one. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson, word problems you have to do on your own, right? Let's just start with estimate quotients. We have done with examples of this lesson also. Okay, estimate. One, estimate which sign makes the statement true. So you don't have to divide the exact numbers, you have to estimate them, right? So you can estimate this 516, 516,580. You have to estimate this number. You can estimate this number to 500 thousands, right? Because dividing 500 thousands by 2 is an easier than it would be 2 times 25 is 50. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. You have to now compare these numbers: 153, 231, and 250,000. So which is the correct option? 153,231 is less than 250,000, right? That means 153,231 is less than the other number. That is less. The correct option is less, right? Why I am estimating? Because estimation makes the division easy, right? I don't have to do long division method to find the exact number. That's why I just estimate the number, divide them, and I know the answer, right? Okay, the next one is 8 times 200 2,483,256 by 8, right? So here you have 8. 8 times 3 is 24, right? So I'm going to estimate the number to 2,400,000 divided by 8. 8 times 3 is 24. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to compare this number to 172,166. So which is the correct option? So greater, yes, 300,000 is greater than the other number. That would be greater. Okay, 44 and 133 divided by 17. 44, 443 divided by 7. 433 divided by 17, right? 17 times 3 is 51. You can just estimate this number to 510. So when you divide 17 times 3 is 51, that would be 30. So 44 is greater than 30 or less than 30? So 44 is greater, right? Okay, estimate. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just do some of the lessons from the long division method. That would be divide whole numbers, two-digit divisors and three-digit divisors. They both lessons are exactly same. You just have to divide two-digit number and three-digit numbers, right? Let's just do some of the 405 divided by 81. You have to do them using long division method. 405 divided by 81, right? Evangeline, is there any problem? Enjoy. 81 times 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 8 is 40. So that would be 81 times 5 is 405. Right? The correct option is 5. Okay, if you have any question, any problem, you can just ask. Right? Okay, the next one is 44 divided by 11, which is the correct option. 11 times 4 is 44. The correct option is 4. Right? 896 divided by 32. Okay, 32 times 2 is 64. 32 times 3 is 96. We can go for 32 times 2, right? That would be 64. Just subtract 9, take away 4 is 5, 8, take away 6. 32, you cannot divide 32 by 26. You have to bring 8 down. Yeah, yes, 32 times 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times, yes, 32 times 8 is very good. Shinra, the correct option is 228, right? The correct option is 28. Okay, 65 divided by 13, which is the correct option. 13 times 5 is 65. The correct option is 5, right? 58 divided by 29, which is the correct option. 29 times 2 is 58, right? So the correct option is 2. Okay, 7848 divided by 18, which is the correct option. 65 divided by 13, which is the correct option. Okay, just divide, right? I am checking the answer using calculator. 7848 divided by 18, that would be 436. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So, the next one is divide whole number 3-digit divisors. That is exactly same like you have to do the long division method actually, right? So, we're working on grade 6 math. We are done with the chapter division. The lessons we have covered today are divisibility rules, division patterns with zeros, divide numbers ending in zeros word problems, estimate quotients, divide whole numbers, two-digit divisors, divide whole numbers, three-digit divisors. So that is your homework. You have to complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10, right? Do you guys satisfied with my this teaching method, the one I am following right now? So if you have any questions, you can please ask. Okay, that's all for today. If you have any questions, you can please ask. Thank you for your appreciation. That's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.